the Empress here. So we are on an Orisha mission. And the first two cards that came out is a Seven of Pentacles, which is the god Tano. And this is the Unicorn Owl Wisdom. And the mission is Codename Underwater. So it's a skeleton right here. And this represents a lot of healing. So like you see he's passed out. And it's just like, can't take this anymore. It's like one of those types of things. And as y'all know, previously we would do Heritage Origin Tarot readings with this specific deck because it's the African American Tarot deck. And so I will be coming directly from this source of information because it has a lot of historical figures along with cosmic beings and deities added with that. So it's people you can Google who lived just a few decades ago, along with beings that don't have paper documentation. Okay, so why are we doing this? There's a lot of stuff underwater. There's a lot of things going on. I've been speaking on this for over a year now, how we need to not specifically just explore underwater, but do what we can to affect the cleansing of the seas, to affect the prevention of pollution of the seas, of any water source, period. Um, we need water to live. I don't see why that's something that has to be explained to people, but that is something that I have been expressing and stressing over the past 12 months consecutively. So I will be sharing some information in this. This is an astral mission. So if you're unfamiliar with astral missions, Michael Johnson said, "Hey Ellie, hey, how's it going?" If you're unfamiliar with astral missions, think about your dream state. I did have a couple of dreams recently, and I haven't been dreaming that often. So the fact that I had two, it was a few different dreams. It was several different dreams, but it was two periods of me having dreams. I woke up after one period, I went back to sleep, and then I had another one. So the astral state is very, very active right now. I'm pretty sure that may have to do with the full moon. It has to do with the summer solstice, potentially. Gemini season is already active a lot anyway. So now we're exiting Gemini season and going into Cancer season. Cancer, water. Okay, makes more sense. Makes more sense. Okay. So Cancers, y'all could be receiving a lot of dreams right now, and it could be making you feel away. Get a dream journal, okay? Like, this is what that's for. Get all of your thoughts out. If you have to, what I do sometimes is use my phone. It's best to write pen to paper, okay? So is there anything else? Also, for the masculine specifically, it's two different things going on. For masculine specifically, y'all check out the Tantric Time Lords podcast. I do have that tier now available on here on the YouTube channel. And if you don't want to pay how much it is for the podcast specifically, because you'll get all this stuff that members have if you get it here. If you want to pay something that's lower, it's like roughly half the price. It's on my Instagram as well. Real Talk with Ellie, Talk with 2Ks. So y'all will have access to the information in the Tantric Time Lords podcast. Time travel and using Tantra and your sacral chakra energy to control the matrix is really where we're at, and there's no other way to do it, and that's something that I see clearly. So, yeah. Anything else? Okay, so any specific deities, see if you connect with them, of course. However, if there is a historical figure that triggers you in a way, you need to do research on that historical figure. So I do mean people, like I said, who lived a few decades ago, people who lived in the early 1900s, some in the late 1800s, people who have been documented in history by history books, people who have autobiographies, people who have journals, people who have memoirs that are available for us to observe. If something triggers you, like actually makes you upset, and I'm saying lean into the negative emotions intentionally, because this is about healing. You don't have to heal something that you feel good about. You can still look up people that, trigger happy memories or happy thoughts and feelings. But if something makes you upset, look into that, because our pain points are our weaknesses, and we need to see exactly what we are weak in and why. Okay? Sometimes you don't have to correct your weaknesses. Sometimes you just being aware of them is enough. And then that's how you find, whether that's, tribe, soul family, whatever the case may be, people who could pick up where you leave off, people who are strong where you're weak. People, it's simple. It's reciprocating energy and ensuring that individuals are able to do whatever is necessary as a unit versus being blind, having so many blind spots and everybody just being blind and everybody trying to do the same job when someone obviously needs to be over there, somebody obviously needs to be over this way, and everybody's trying to do the same thing, or everybody's trying to do everything all the time. Like, no, we don't need that at all. So yeah, here we go. If there's not any more disclaimers. If I'm being honest with y'all, I was trying to see how I had my arrangement last time. I was like, how did I even get it? Like, I don't know. It was like perfect. I had it. I don't even know how I did that. I think this is how. Okay, we have to work with this. All right. Split the deck in this Olo Kun. Deep seas, deep water with the 5 of Wands. So I split the deck right there. I hadn't even shuffled yet. So that's Denmark, Vesey, St. Thomas, Santo Domingo, and Charleston, South Carolina. All right. The years 1767 and 1822. So check out Denmark, Vesey, and Olo Kun. Ooh. Yo wanted to pop out. This is Yo, the son of Mawu Lisa. That's the Two of Pentacles. It's also Duke Ellington. So 1899 and 1974. That sounds like a good time. Okay. Okay, we got a mystery card right here. Okay, they said we're not. What? What's going on? They said we're not doing any mystery cards this reading. Okay. Oh, Tower. Okay, that's why we got straight to business. Okay. Oh. So we got Chaotic Waters immediately with the Tower card. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my jeez. Okay. Oh my God. We have the Three of Wands, the Hyenas, and the Goats. What in the heck? In reverse. And then we have the Devil in reverse. What's even happening right now? What is even happening? Because this is wild. All this stuff going on. So we have the Tower. And that's the entity Ganab. So there's no historical figure with that. It's just this entity of terror, basically. Okay. And then we got the Nine of Pentacles. Which is, there's no entity. It's the boy in the coin-filled gourds. And the historical figure is Jan Maltsinger. So that's Jan, Jan. Maltsilger. My apologies. Matzeliger. And that's Paramaribo, Dutch Guyana, 1852, and Lynn, Massachusetts, 1889. And that's in reverse. So this represents, well, okay, I'm going to finish reading the rest of these, but this is not looking good so far. The goat and the hyenas, that's the quote-unquote entities, animals. The historical figure for the Three of Wands is Nat Love, and that's Davidson County, Tennessee, 1854, and Los Angeles, 1921. And then we have the Devil card. which is the entity Anansi. So, straight off the bat, it's just like, okay, so much has happened. So, in this particular card right here, it's chaotic waters and people suffering and falling in the waters, okay? Is houses being like a flood, a mudslide sort of thing. Houses being swept up, animals, people, everybody's being swept up. Think Hurricane Katrina type. Is this about Hurricane Katrina? Dang. So something about the Gulf of Mexico, something about Hurricane Katrina, and okay. So 9 of Pentacles is material gain and wealth and abundance, and so that's in reverse. So that means there's a lack thereof. Um, what happened with New Orleans? The Three of Wands, Nat Love. Okay, I don't really know much about Nat Love. It's in reverse though. Usually this means some sort of stability, so the fact that it's in reverse, there's no stability. The rushing waters came in because the, what are they called? The, I don't want to say the wrong word. It's like the Louis, the buoys. It was something like the sandbags. They were weak. And then the devil's in reverse. That's the part that's kind of weird to me. It's just like, okay, you'd expect chaos and corruption to go hand in hand with the devil, but there's something off even about, oh, it was divine intervention for things to get swept away. That sounds messed up, but that's what it is. Because we're not dealing, we're dealing with a catastrophe, but we're not dealing with something evil that happened. Even though it was terrible things that happened to people, it wasn't because it was an attack. That was divine intervention. Let's look deeper into this. Oh my goodness, this is tea. But like, dang. For real though? Oh my gosh, the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Jeez. What? The Lovers in reverse? What is even happening? And then the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. This is a lot to unpack. Okay, let me go ahead and read these first. So the Nine of Pentacles is Kamunu. And that's the entity right here. Oh, my bad. Not the Nav. Let's go. We're at the 6 first. My bad. Ngai and Naturu Cup. So let me spell that for y'all. Engai. Ngai and Naturu Cup, which is Nai Teru dash or hyphen KOP. And then the historical figure is Harriet Tubman. Oh my gosh, was there some stuff that happened? Okay, Underground Railroad. But she is associated with Dorchester County, Maryland, 1823, and Auburn, New York, 1913. Man, the tea, bro. Okay, let me not. Okay. So the lovers is Adrian Bahomanama and Adrian Mahalila. Let me spell that for y'all. ADRIAMBAHOMANA. And then we have ANDD, oh my bad, ANDRIAMAHILALA. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is Kamunu. What I'm getting from this, if I'm being honest with y'all, bro, there was some stuff that was unfinished from the Underground Railroad. And we just had Juneteenth yesterday. So this is not specifically a heritage origin tarot reading. However, it can go hand in hand with those types of readings. Simply based on the fact that this is uprooting A lot of stuff that was hidden. So this has got to be the Mississippi River then. It's got to be, because like there's a bunch of like little rivers within these areas, but when we're looking at the main source of transportation, we're looking at the main source of what happened to individuals. It all leads back to the Mississippi River. Like that whole river splits the country in half, basically. So we got the Underground Railroad, which is again pinnacles in reverse. This is generosity. So with it's material wealth and abundance and generosity in the reverse. So certain things weren't shared. Certain things were not dispersed properly. But the thing is, we already knew this when it came to Caucasian Americans, but this isn't about Caucasian Americans. This was the actions of our people. Are we addressing the coons right now? Dang. We are addressing the ones who were, because like despite what anybody thinks, you know what I'm saying, even though Harriet Tubman did accomplish a lot, she did have people betray her as well. These are the people that tried to set her up. These are the people who were against freedom of slavery because they had house Negro status. So because they had house Negro status and they were able to do things that Massa said they could do, once everybody got free, they lost that privilege. So all the education they had, all the wealth that they had, not only did they hoard it, they hid that from the rest of black society once everybody was free. But what's the lover's reverse? Is there something else with this? They said they know. Those who descended in lineage know about it. Quick story time. So I had a crazy situation. Y'all know Atlanta's not a real city. Like, I swear. The whole thing is just like a movie and a saga. So I was down there last year and I had a situation. Dex Tro said do so. What's good, Dex? How you doing? So when I say it's not a real city, I'm telling you the whole thing is a movie scene. I was arrested for something stupid that doesn't make sense. And so the police officer who was taking my mugshot and everything, he told me, he's a big black man, like dark skin, like I'm light skinned. This man, like some of y'all have seen, like if you watch my Juneteenth, what's it called, presentation yesterday, and if you look on my Instagram, you see the complexion of my dad. No, this man crisp. You know what I'm saying? He not black, but like he brown black type thing. So it was this big black man telling me that he comes from a line of slave breeders. And he's a police officer. And I'm like, well, makes sense. You know what I mean? So they're aware of these things. So they're the ones who were early politicians who didn't have to, like, they fought for things, but it was identity politics most of the time. And they didn't do things that were for the best interest of slaves. They did things that were in the best interest of their own personal family. Like, they made decisions based on me and my 5 people. It's me, my wife, and my 3 children. Me, my wife, my 2 kids, and my mom. Like, they were making decisions based off of their circle of people. They were not making decisions in the best interest of the collective of black people. And that's the difference between them and Harriet. So Harriet, if you watch the movie Harriet, you'll learn, because I'm pretty sure this was in her autobiography. Well, I don't think she wrote an autobiography, but I'm pretty sure this is in the biographies that were written about her. She was married when she was a slave. And her biggest thing was she was trying to be free so that she could live her free married life. And it didn't get accomplished in the way that she wanted to. So then by the time she's done, like, freeing herself basically and then helping other people get free, she get back to her husband. He done moved on to get a new wife and everything. So that's the lovers in reverse. And there was a lot of situations like that where people genuinely love somebody, but because of the status of who they were at a time period, it prevented them from being able to be in a relationship. And that sort of stuff is still going on today where I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. You know what? That's why a lot of this stuff is happening the way it is. Once I personally got out of the psychosis that people were genuine in this mission that people say that they're on to save the planet and help people and like be part of this community to have somewhat of a utopia, basically. I realized how fake, I mean, darn near every person was. Like, it's not even like a funny number where it's just like, oh, I was in this one group of people and, they were kind of fake, but I'm with, like, no, it's not even like that. Like, most people who say that they want these things are just straight cap. And even if they don't start off being cap, somehow they just turn into cap. I don't get it. So I say that to say this. The amount of colorism, the amount of issues that we have when it comes to mixed race people, the amount of issues that when it comes to things like even texturism, when it comes to what our hair ether, whether what it looks like, how it grows and how we can style it, all that. There's so many issues that we just haven't addressed, and now it's like people want to complain about certain things like, right, Juneteenth is now recognized as a national holiday after so many years of not being recognized as a national holiday. Now it's a national holiday. Who's getting off days? People who didn't even, the people who benefited from slavery the most got off days. That's who got off. So in the celebration of freed people, the people who were holding those people hostage were the ones who got days off. And that's the thing. People don't even realize how much the descendants of slave owners and slave masters still benefit to this day. Not just material gain and what they have, just things like, okay, they were given opportunity because of racism and discrimination. So they get to have certain jobs to the point where they still benefit off of slavery. The freedom of slaves gave them an off day. I'm pretty sure it's a paid off day. This episode be making my head hurt because it's just like we as a collective have had the solution to so many issues such a long time ago. And I realized that working with people in person isn't going to get us anywhere. And that's the saddest thing. To come together and be like, I genuinely want to do this because I genuinely want to do this, isn't going to work. Everything has to have a checks and balances. Everything has to have profits and losses. Everything has to have a certain level of accountability that people working at the genuine kindness of their hearts just won't have. Because if someone does not abide by their word and you don't have them in a contract and you don't have an agreement for them to do a certain type of assignment just because they said they were going to do it and then they don't do it, you can't hold them accountable. I was on Instagram Live earlier and I was just like letting everybody know. Somebody asked me, how many people am I suing? At this point in time, I know 14 names. Once the investigation opens, it'll be a whole lot more than that because there were so many other moving parts that I wasn't aware of. So I'm working on court documents to sue the very people who said that they wanted better for our people. What's happening? I'm just one example. There are so many people. I saw this yesterday on Instagram as well. There's people who have spiritual stores where they sell things and it's from a spiritual perspective and a spiritual basis. And they're trying to sabotage other people's businesses who are also spiritual people. Yeah, no. I know people try to say things like, the government did this and Caucasian people did that. But it's like, we know better. How can we have released ourselves from religion? People say that they've released Christianity and the strongholds that religion had on us. They say that they've done that, but then go back and they claim to be spiritual, then they do evil towards folks. Oh, well, they're evil in the church and I don't trust religion and blah, blah, blah. So why are you being evil then? If you're spiritual, you work with deities, why are you being evil then? If you're evil, you be evil. Go do that. But don't try to hide behind being a good person. That's the part that don't make sense to me. Like, if you a villain, be a villain. That's the thing. That's the part that don't make sense to me. I'm like, Why are you capping? I'm gonna get back to this reading though. Electric Lady said, Ellie, happy summer solstice. Jerry Breeze said, peace and prosperity. Electric Lady said, you are so right. What's good? What's good? And happy summer solstice as well. Um, it's really disgusting. Our people have disgusted me several times over now, because a lot of the work that I've been attempting to do over the past few years has been accomplished with Caucasian people. That's the crazy thing. It's like it didn't get done with our people. It got done with Caucasians though, and yet they still receive a whole lot of the blame. That it's like they don't even no, it don't even make sense now at this point to even try to blame them for stuff. Man, I'm telling you, I don't know how I figured out how to angle it perfectly last time. I don't know what the heck I did. Oh no, did I unplug it? I think I unplugged it. Anyway. So, with the Nine of Pentacles, that's in the upright. We're back at the beginning, back at the learning stages. Because we lost all of this. There's ways to recover it, but we gotta learn that. In this humbling. We're at that humbling stage. For real, for real. Lost everything. And so, again, going back to Hurricane Katrina. It sounds messed up. It does. It does sound very messed up. At the end of the day, when too much unrighteousness is going on and person is turning on person, divine intervention has to occur. It has to. That's not a choice. Now, I'm not from Louisiana. I'm not from New Orleans. So I don't know to what depths, things were going on back then. I was just a child when Hurricane Katrina happened. So... not you falling on the floor. Okay. We got the Three of Pentacles in the upright. That's Ajay. That's Olo Kun's son. Then we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So the Three of Pentacles in the upright is a great sign. So that's Ajay, the god of hunting, and Benjamin Banneker, that's this individual right here. And he's from a village near Baltimore, 1731, Ellicott City, Maryland, 1806. So this is like being well known and doing something very well, being recognized for that. And then the Nine of Swords. Alakanyana. That's the entity, deity right there. And then Garrett Morgan. And he's associated with Paris, Kentucky, 1875, and Cleveland, Ohio, 1963. So this is all negativity. These are like polar opposites. But it's in the reverse. So it's like somebody's nightmare. This is so weird. It's like so many different things happening at one time. Okay, so let's go back to the mission of underwater. Like I said, Ajay is Olo Kun's son. So we're dealing with underwater deities here. Getting to the depths of what even occurred, what happened, why it happened. Okay, so if people were well known for what they were doing and they were recognized for that, and then you got situations where wealth, abundance, families were just lost. You got all this in reverse, and then you got being recognized for that. It's like a nightmare was turned upside down into a dream. So then that's good. That's so confusing because it's like, so I'm looking at the timeline like this. Catastrophe happens and it's divine intervention though. Everybody loses everything. They're back at the learning stage. So then they get to this place of success, basically turning their lessons into profit of some sort. Is this what needs to happen or has this already happened? That's the thing that's kind of off to me. It's like a mixture of both. Okay, it's a mixture of both. Because Hurricane Katrina is what's coming through the strongest, but it's the slaves trade as a whole, the freedom of slaves. So, like I said, yesterday was Juneteenth. And there's just like a whole lot of mixed feelings about everything just because of the way that the country still is and the struggles that Afro Americans still face today. Where we're talking about betrayal of brothers, betrayal of sisters, betrayal of family members. We're not talking about the discrimination that we face from others. Mm. So, but this is a good sign though. It's just like a little off. It's a little off. So let me get the last card. Oh my, see, look, we got Olokun again with the 5 of Wands. And at the very bottom of the deck is the 5 of Swords. Okay. So the 5 of Wands, like I said, is Olokun and the Chameleon. And that's Denmark Vesey. St. Thomas, Santo Domingo, 1767. Charleston, South Carolina, 1822. And then the 5 of Swords is the Lion, the Leopard, and the Hunter. And Marcus Garvey. Oh, Marcus Garvey. What'd I say? Harriet Tubman had those to betray her. And Marcus Garvey definitely had those betray him. Look, he's getting arrested right here. We got 6 viewers and 6 likes. So for him, it's St. Anne, Jamaica, 1887, and London, 1940. Despite these successes, that's why it's a little weird. Despite these successes, folks been having to blend in and act like they not what they are. And that gotta stop. Immediately. That has got to stop immediately. Because what the heck? Like, this is father and son, sometimes referred to as mother. This is an androgynous being. But this is parent and child right here. In the deep seas, in the depths, there's people who have so much information about this stuff who have been afraid for their life. Who have been afraid for their life to speak on it. Because judgment, they're afraid of being judged, not facing judgment. They actually will be facing judgment by not speaking up, and they're being called to speak up. So that's why this is all happening in Cancer season. A lot of secrets are about to be unveiled right now. By people with testimony, I mean, because we're already uncovering a lot with the reading alone, but people finna start speaking up. Look, we got clarity. What'd I say? We got the unicorn street lamp. It's clarity. Because what the heck even happened? Levees. The levees broke. That's what it was. The levees. Man. We got the unicorn tree. Roots. Getting back to the roots. What was the root cause of everything? Because people said that the levees gave out. I 100% think it's deeper than that. Because why would divine intervention break a safety measure? Something else was going on that nobody's speaking on. And there's people who have the information who were afraid before to speak on it. Ending. Look. Unicorn leaf. Ending. This is the end. This is the end of the confusion. We're not in that time period anymore for certain things to be covered up and sealed and all this other stuff. All them court documents that got sealed and nobody was able to talk on it. No. So we got unicorn peacock, which is beauty. That's interesting. Seems kind of random, but we'll clarify. Okay. Unicorn stone, which is simplicity. So we got the nature elements out here. Yeah. Yeah, because okay, so like I said, people claim to not be religious and stuff like that, and they've actually read the Bible for themselves. Doesn't it say that a rock will cry out? Like nature will literally start talking to us and telling us what's going on if people don't. We have a stone, a leaf, and a tree root. We have a peacock as well. That's an animal. I'm talking about more inanimate objects. But man, okay, they want me to pause real quick and speak. All right. Electric Lady said, "Girl, you better say it. I meet so many other races, treats me better than my own kind. Oh, kind of makes you wonder what's really going on. Facts. They look like us, but they not us." Methodical Mystic 777 said, "Hey, hello." Electric Lady said, "Yes, the Piscean age ended. It did. Piscean age officially ended. Age of Aquarius is here, and all we have time for is truth now. We don't have time for people to be dancing around and acting like they don't have to give direct straight answers. We don't have time for that. We literally don't have any time for that. Now I have to pull one more card. I'm not sure what they want me to say right now. What is it? Marcus Garvey. They said everybody do some more research on Marcus Garvey specifically. The Negro World newspaper. Look that up. Search on different articles that were written by the Negro World. Archive them, print them out, save them on hard drives, flash drives, whatever digital cloud you may use, save them. The Negro World, Marcus Garvey. He also is the one who coined the term black is beautiful. So that's not something new that came up in the 2010s. That's been around since the 1900s. What's up my eye? Nothing happened till I brought the camera back up here. Electric Lady says, "Speak 100. Appreciate it. Appreciate it." Because it's just like, ain't none of this make sense. It didn't make sense then. Because, of course, like the whole slavery thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just got free. People trying to figure stuff out. You know, it is what it is. We are 5 generations out of slavery. A lot of people. If it's not 5, it's at least 3. 3 generations out of slavery. Why are people still confused on how to function? Because I even get it with the whole mental health thing. People struggle with certain things, but it's like people say, I think it's a cop out. It's a cop out. People say that they struggle with mental health. Really, people are dealing with being lied to and manipulated all the time. Because imagine if people were straightforward with everything that was going on and nobody was being harmed with manipulation. Because, you know, you can manipulate somebody into doing something good for themselves. It's like, oh, you sure you don't want to take that extra shift at work? You know what I'm saying? They're paying overtime. And then because they were talking about saving up so they could buy, you know what I'm saying, some materials so they can invest in their business, or they're saving up so they can buy a new car or something. And then that happened to be the day. Of course, they get a bigger paycheck, but then they also happen to meet somebody who can provide them an opportunity, who they get into a relationship with. They happen to be wealthy. Like, there's so many different things that could come from manipulating somebody into doing something positive for themselves. But this manipulation of trying to jack somebody of their resources, jack them of their time, jack them of their energy, just to throw them off course, like, and it's still happening. Fear was one thing, because with Harriet's situation, people were just afraid of what Massa would say because Massa was still Massa at the time. That made sense. At least that made sense. It stopped making sense with Marcus Garvey. It stopped making sense with Malcolm. And Malcolm X studied Garveyism. It stopped making sense with Martin Luther King. Why are people killing these figures for speaking the way that they're speaking? It stopped making sense a long time ago. It stopped making sense. Even when Abraham Lincoln got assassinated, it just it stopped making sense a long time ago. You gonna kill the president because you don't like his politics? I thought that was what the next election was for. And even presidents after that were getting killed, assassinated. For creating an even playing ground. Not even putting anybody on a pedestal, just creating an even playing field. And then those who do look like us, if they start at a disadvantage and then they get to the I just saw a clip. I think Larry Hoover's son posted this. I just saw a clip. What was that? Man, it wasn't Lil Boosie. Who is that? Was it Gucci Mane? I'm trying to remember who it was because I don't want to speak wrong and then like have people mad at it. Okay. It was some rapper that went to a jail and he was like, it was a male. He was like, I have the power to help all of y'all. So then somebody in an orange jumpsuit said, okay, can you help us and provide us with the books? Because what we need here is literature and we need to, all read together basically. And then the rapper was like, you think books gonna save you? I was like, bro, what? Are you kidding me? I need to figure out who that was. Hey, MJ, come here. MJ. It's okay. Bring me my phone. Appreciate it. I need to see who that was. Cause, well, no, that was so inappropriate. I'm putting shit like that on blast. I don't give a damn. Come at me if you want to. The fuck? Um, Birdman. Fucking Birdman ass. What the hell happened to all the Young Money people? We all grew up loving Young Money and then they're just a bunch of asshats now. What the hell happened? I'm clicking on vibe.com for this article. The headline says Birdman goes viral after questioning need for books while incarcerated. He one of them niggas. He one of them niggas that has some sort of privilege, didn't tell nobody about it, and is now hovering his money over everybody's head. He one of them niggas. I don't give a damn. It says a clip of Birdman is making rounds on the internet for his commentary on the need for books while speaking to a group of men behind bars. Oh! It's all making sense. Because I want to go read this part. Now it makes sense. According to Complex and Hip Hop hold on. According to Complex, the hip hop entrepreneur visited the Orleans Parish Prison to meet with the inmates and inquire on what he could do to best help their situation. In the video shared on X Twitter by the My Mixtapes platform, the New Orleans representative can be heard questioning the need for written text for the imprisoned people. How can I help y'all? Because I have enough power to make that happen, Birdman asked the group. An inmate responds, we need inside help as far as literature for these guys having books to read. You think having books is gonna, no disrespect to reading books, responds the 55-year-old before the clip abruptly ends. Let me see if I can play the clip. What I say? Everything. Look, what I say? Everything making sense. I said New Orleans. I said Hurricane Katrina. Now we get into the jails. Oh, fuck with me, bro. No, cause what? Let me see if I can play the clip. I help you. We have no access to. We have no access to. I have enough power to make that happen. Okay, well we need inside help for his leadership. For these guys having books to read upon the criminal. So you think read books from? I know different than reading books. He was saying They need books to read to help them with their situation, specifically within the incarceration system. Yes, that's gonna help them. They need a better law library, Birdman. You one of them niggas. I got 7 views and 7 likes. I know I'm in alignment. Cause what? Why would I all of a sudden bring up a post I seen on Larry Hoover's son's page? Why would I all of a sudden remember that? Cause it's free him at the end of the day. What do y'all even stand for? Of anything that they could have asked you, he asked for books and you questioning his decision. He could have asked you for damn dinosaur books. It don't matter. A lot of inmates are illiterate anyway. Having any sort of books to read and people who are helping them be able to become literate is enough. What you questioning his decisions for? Weirdos. They still have their sentences at the end of the day. Whether they're there for 2 more years, 5 more years, or 10 more years, got life sentences. You over here talking about are you trying to get them free or something? Would you want him to say that you want them to pay lawyer fees? Were you going to pay their lawyer fees to help them get better representation or something? What are you here to offer? Because if money's not an issue, you shouldn't be questioning why niggas want some books. Fuck is wrong with you? Birdman, bird brain ass nigga. What the heck? Let me see, because they talking about Frito King. Oh, no, not Frito King. Frito Bang. Hold on. Let me see some. Okay. They said, while Birdman's true intentions and his full message are not clear due to the full statement not being presented, Baton Rouge rapper Frito Bang joined the social media conversation in his defense. People who never did time might be confused on what he's saying, explaining the slow rolling performer on X Twitter. It looks like they are pre-trial, meaning they still fighting charges and could possibly go home. If I'm them, help is a good lawyer or a bond. And what did I just say? I ain't even read that. What did I just say? Because at the end of the day, he could have said, hey, so I can help you. If this was his intention, I can get y'all the best representation in Louisiana. That's all. He could have just walked in and said that. Because in their brains, they don't exactly know what he wants to offer. So if he talking about getting all them good representation, okay, we talking about 20 bands per person at least. That was, I don't, if y'all saw the clip clearly, that was at least 20 people. Let's do quick maths. Okay, so that's $400,000. They're probably not thinking that he wants to spend $400,000 on them. They don't know. He should have just went in and been like, hey, I have these connections. I have this amount of money that I can use for y'all. This is what we're doing. Because it's like, okay, what do you mean power then? You obviously are connected. You obviously have money. What if in their minds, they're thinking that you can only bring certain resources? A book is only going to cost them, like if a series of books probably only going to cost them $500 per person. So that's $10,000. They know that someone will drop $10,000 at the drop of a hat. They trying to be as considerate as possible. They ask for books. Why is that being questioned at all? I don't care. Like, I get what Frito Bang was saying. At the end of the day, they asked for books, and I don't see how that could be questioned in any sense, because they probably know that there's layers to what it is they're dealing with. Even if they were to get some sort of representation, they may not even do a good job. They want to have the intellect for themselves to know. They're in jail. They got all day to read. So it's not, oh my gosh. It's just the fact that all this came together in the reading the way that it did. Because I'm like, why are we going back to slavery and the way that things happen the way they happen? Then why are we paying so much attention to Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans? And then why did I even mention this situation? And now here we are. I'm seeing if there's anything else significant about that. I don't see anything else significant about that for real. But yeah, Teaser said, "We know what happened. LMAO, free Malachi, locked up with Larry. Free Malachi Z York. What will happen when he gets out? A nigga from the boot. Anybody with, hold on, gives us books. Hold on, hold on. Anybody who ain't pulling, who anybody ain't pulling, gives us books. Birdman and Big Draco voice. Books? I'm done. I'm done." He said books. Drake. Drake. Bro, because what? That whole scenario don't even make sense. Questioning why somebody wants some books to read up on their legal situation. I don't see why that was looked at twice. I don't see why that was questioned. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, bro, I was struggling reading your comments. I don't know. I hope I got the gist of what you were saying. The last part I got that one perfect, but man, I don't even know. I don't know. That's weird. I got one more card to pull though. No, I'm so serious. I was struggling. I was trying my best. Okay. Ow. This is a mountain. Stability. And at the end of the day, what did everybody and everything lack? Stability. The levees got moved, and that's how Hurricane Katrina was able to impact the city of New Orleans like that. And it was several cities on the Gulf Coast, not just New Orleans, but that's the main city that's highlighted historically. At the bottom of the deck, see, look, a unicorn race, rush. What that look like? Mm. So, yeah, that's at the bottom of the deck, though. I'm like, man, all this is so stupid. The whole thing is so freaking stupid. It's just dumb. Just dumb. Whole thing dumb. Because we're at a space now where we can literally do anything. There's literally, this girl made Chat Black GPT, which is a Chat GPT bot that is curated for the perspective of Black people. So if you are a Black person, she created an AI that's for and from the perspective of Black people in the United States. We literally have talking robots for Black people now to help with things like education. Because other artificial intelligence is already biased based on those who are coders. And we're still dealing with stuff like having books for imprisoned people to read. If I must say, I'm disgusted. I'm really disgusted with the state of our people, because people like Birdman have had so much money and so much influence for so long. Because it's like, I don't have beef with Birdman specifically. I have beef with folks like Birdman. There's so many of those. It's the same exact archetype. They all act the same. They have money, power, influence, access, network. And they want to be somebody's dad so bad. Because they don't want to be someone's father. They want to be somebody's daddy. The difference between a father and a daddy is a father trains up their children in the way they should go, and when they are old, they do not depart from it. A daddy is somebody who gives and gives and gives and gives. Your parent is supposed to set you up to where they no longer have to give to you, but they do out of the kindness of their hearts. If you raise your children right, you don't have to, they shouldn't have to be in situations where you have to help them unless they encounter a crisis or something. Like, of course, like, somebody may lose a job, somebody may have a bad investment and then it's negative cash flow, it affects them negatively. Someone may have unexpected pregnancy where, of course, they knew they were pregnant, but they end up having triplets instead of a single baby. Someone may fall ill. Like, those are situations where if a parent has to help a child, it actually makes sense. But just getting on the day to day, for the day to day, every day, and having to be like, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And they're well beyond their years of should be able to take care of themselves. No, a father would be ashamed of themselves, and they would be like, hold on, let me take you through this process. Let me help you with this, and let me help you get through that. So when you encounter something like this again, you'll know what to do next time. A daddy will be like, oh, what do you want me to do about it? Oh, you want this? Okay, I'm going to do it. And then that's it. A daddy gives fish. A father teaches how to fish. A father would teach you how to be a fisherman and be able to profit from your skill. A daddy will hover the money over you and hover the fish and be like, oh, well, I sell fish and I catch fish. You might be able to do this like me one day, but they never teach you. That's why he was questioning why you want books. He doesn't want them to know how to be able to do what he does. They don't want that. He doesn't even want them to think that they could possibly even get close to being on his level, maybe. Because it's not easy, but it is much more simple than people think it is. And once people figure that out, those who are in those positions, they get upset. That's what I was talking about earlier. They know. They been knew. That's why they were able to be in position so quickly in their lives, because their whole family was set up that way back from the ending of slavery, back from before the ending of slavery. They look exactly like us because they're part of our bloodline. So we wouldn't know. Nobody would know. Because you see somebody who looks like you, who says that they're helping people. I'm disgusted. That actually made me mad. Because I saw it on Instagram earlier and I didn't really think too much of it other than like, that's really bitch made behavior. But now that it came out in this reading, and it's like I said, it was slavery, Hurricane Katrina, New Orleans, and Louisiana, and now look, all that came up. To something that actively just happened recently. Like, this happened in the past couple of days. And then there's articles still being written about it today. No, this is the problem. This is the problem with the United States. Why would you sit up and say you have the power to help people? They ask you for something specific that they know can help them. They know for a fact studying the topic can help them. They know that for a fact. So then you question their decision. because they didn't do what you wanted them to do. Instead of being like, okay, I see, why you would want some books. However, I could also offer help as far as legal representation. Why not? That's what I'm saying. The initial response is a huge red flag. That's a really, really big red flag. People in prison asking for literature shouldn't be questioned. That's weird. Jesus said, I was saying I'm from Louisiana to boot. Anybody with pull out here ain't pulling. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Electric Lady said, I know you heard about Elon Musk bringing the AI facility here in Memphis. I heard about that. I be moving around, but I still follow Memphis media. Yeah, I heard about that. And I'm like, here we are living in the future, and black people still live like it's 1800. Something wrong. Something's wrong here. And I refuse to rest until the base level, the absolute base level, is all of our people are literate. That's base. That's base level. All of our people have to be literate and recognize Black history as their primary source of history, their primary aspect of history. Black people are involved in every aspect of American history. American history is Black people. The indigenous people, those who are from Africa, that's it. You don't have America without those two groups of people. I don't want to hear nothing else. Am I wrong? I'm not? Okay. At the base of every American story that's told in history books, there's some slave doing some sort of work behind some white man. There's some slave being taken advantage of by some white man. There's some slave doing something and then credit is taken by some white man. It's American history. We're the greatest and have been exploited the entire time. The entire time. Elon Musk isn't even a white American. That is an African American. He's actually African American. A lot of us are not African American. We're indigenous Aboriginal Americans. He actually is African American. His dad's from South Africa. His mom's Canadian. He's an African American. He's more African American than most of us. That man was born in Africa. Elon Musk got more baby mamas than a lot of niggas out here. Like, look at it. Elon Musk has 11 children. He got he got 11 kids and 3 baby moms, bro. I don't want to hear nothing else about nothing. That's so ghetto. That is so ghetto. And he's not looked at the same way because he's not black, he's Caucasian. You like okay. I gave Nick Cannon some flack. I did. I said some stuff about Nick Cannon. He not even near the same financial category as Elon Musk. I was finna say, let a black man do what Elon Musk did. He just be known for having a bunch of baby mamas, and it's like we already did that with Nick Cannon. And Nick Cannon actually has done a lot for people. He did try to do the whole speaking out thing. He just, I think he in a little too deep with certain things, but regardless though, factuals, factuals. But yeah, he got 3 baby moms and 11 kids, and he's African American on paper, legally, but like on paper, because you look at him, you don't think African American, no, white guy, like. Yeah, so I'm done. This is, oh my gosh, bro. It's so lame. Like the whole country's so lame. And once black people can really just realize like we don't have to operate the way as a collective that we've been operating this whole time. It's like we can just do the things that we want to do for real. Like there is no reason to be operating in a way of, for one thing, looking at anybody as a messiah at all. We have so much free information, and even things that are not free, we can invest in them. We have every right to invest in them. We have libraries, those are free. And then they have, when they have their book sales, like at their bookstores, those books tend to be way less expensive than if you buy them from a regular bookstore. Everybody just move different, bruh. Just move different. But I'm finna go. Because, like, that makes me feel away. Now I'm finna go. Like, I'm not finna cap and say I'm finna do this, but I just, like on a rage type of thing. Like, what if I just went and deep searched Birdman just to dig up some stuff that he had going on in these past few decades? Because all this stuff that's going on with these celebrities done rubbed me the wrong way a long time. And especially here we are now in 2024, how everything has been going on from the top of the year when Cat Williams said what he said, and then you got Terrence Howard coming out with the cosmic knowledge and information that you can apply to science. I'm done. No, I'm done. We don't have to. Cat Williams is a genius. He's a very smart guy who read books, like hella books growing up. Terrence Howard is a scientific genius. He has, I think, hundreds of scientific patents that has profited over, I think they said $7 trillion, but people have not paid him. They used partial parts of his patent so they wouldn't have to pay him. Even he getting scammed to this day because people don't want to pay for patents for scientific material. Terrence Howard, his material was used to formulate the ideals of Iron Man in the actual Marvel movies. Terrence Howard's work. Tony Stark, billionaire genius Tony Stark, used Terrence Howard's work for movies. Terrence Howard is not just an actor, damn it. Yeah, no. Terrence Howard is the real Tony Stark. Like, that's the, look it up. You know what? I'm not finna play. Iron Man. Hold on, because they're talking about the acting thing. I'm talking about the actual scientific material. Hold on. Okay, hold on, because I want to read the whole statement. I don't see it right now. I don't know how to like type it in to find what I'm looking for specifically. Okay. I'm not just gonna have y'all like sitting here, but like you can look it up though. Cause he was gonna play a role. I think it was either as Tony Stark or someone else, close to Tony Stark, something like that. But yeah, like that whole thing, the whole science and math situation and cosmic knowledge, he has written work that people have used already. Electric Lady said, "Good night, Ellie. You rest well. I will see you guys in the next one." I know I'm a little heated ending this off, but yeah, like there's righteous rage, because I know all this gotta stop. It's stupid. It's all very stupid. Okay, but bye, Renicorns. I will see you in the next one. Tawada.